Hello, abusuafoɔ. Obiara ho te sɛn? I think sɛ eh, lighting no I'm trying the lighting. Ɛnna yɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ. Yɛba a ayi akyɛ. Yɛba a TikTok akyɛ. Momfa nkyɛ yɛn. Adwuma no dɔɔso. Ɛdu sama sɛ yɛ na activities bebree. Nti ɛnna yɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ. Me ne Eunice yɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ afa yɛn education minister ɛde ne nsɛm a ɔde aba abɛto abɔnten busua sɛnea yɛayɛ ne wu Ghana yɛkɔto aba ne yɛyi mpanimfoɔ sɛ wɔbɛba abɛdi yɛn anim. Ɛnyɛ sɛ mpanimfoɔ no wɔn nim sen Ghanafoɔ nyinaa. There are people on the ground a wɔn nso wɔ ebi wɔn sukuu no nkɔ akyire but wɔn nyansa is top notch. But ɛwɔ mu a ne yɛn nyinaa yɛaba sɛ yɛdɔɔso ɛwɔ sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛnya obi a yɛbɛtie no na ɔbɛdi yɛn anim na ɔde yɛn akɔ baabi a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛkɔ ɛnna ɛma yɛkɔyi aba sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ bɛyi mpanimfoɔ na ɛnyɛ sɛ yɛkɔyi wɔn a because wɔn wɔ nyansa sen yɛn ama because sɛnea mede kankan no there are people on the grounds a ebia na wɔn education no nkɔɔ baabi a yɛn mpanimfoɔ yi ɛgo so nyansa di nyansa deɛ they have it. Na nsɛm mu yɛhu deɛ ɛkɔ so sɛ yɛ education minister sɛ yɛba abɛkyerɛ sorry Chinese deɛ bɛdi Chinese. What is going on with this? Momfa nkyɛ me. I don't know. Say I'm by. How do I know? Say me AI. I'm talking. Momfa nkyɛ me. Nti ebusua weather no ahyɛ aseɛ. Nti yɛbɛdi nkɔmmɔ afa yɛ education minister asɛm a ɔde aba bɛto dwa sɛ yɛba abɛkyerɛ Chinese. Yɛde Chinese bɛka yɛ curriculum no mu. Na yɛbisa yɛn ho sɛ nansa yi a nkyɛeɛ ɛna nsuyiri ɛbaa Ghana a yɛn nyinaa yɛhu deɛ ɛrekɔ. Mefa Eunice. Eunice, what I face something which is there, I don't know, thunderstorms. Like thunderstorms, mene. Enti ebusua mfanche that was sidetrack. Ye dia ye hu ana ya ensem a education minister ne dia beto abonten. Na enche ye nso ane ye hu se nsuyiri aba Ghana abɛsɛe yɛn nuanom bebree nneɛma abɛsɛe like abeyi life nipa ewu properties asɛe amanfo lose ɔmo hard earned nneɛma a ɔmo acquire. We have seen all this. Basically, I don't know, we stand to be corrected. Yɛn hu sɛ mpanimfoɔ yi atena ase ahwehwɛ mu sɛ ɛdɛn na ɛde nsuyiri ɛbaayɛ. What was the problem? Ɛdɛn na ɛbaayɛ na nka yɛn solve yɛn analyze ne yɛn hwehwɛ yɛn investigations na yɛn hwɛ what the problem is na nka yɛn solve yɛn hu saa deɛ no but yɛte hɔ a penny baako sɔre ya ɔse yɛba bɛkyerɛ Chinese ɛwɔ yɛ school. Ebusua ba ha o de bolab ne so wonhyɛ a it's no problem but just bolab ne so no obi so entimi betie. Yes, say yɛkɔkyerɛ Chinese. Yɛn su yiri asɛm no yɛnte ho asɛm yɛn hu sɛ mpanimfoɔ atena ase yɛmfa town hall yɛmfrɛ engineers yɛmfrɛ enimdiɛfoɔ yɛmfa wɔn tena ase ne yɛbisa sɛ yɛn hu sɛ nsuyiri na nsuo yiri a whole town has been submerged in water. Then then what is happening? Yɛn hu sɛ mpanimfoɔ atena ase analyze nneɛma hwɛ deɛ ɛkɔ but yɛwɔ mu a yɛate sɛ yɛn mpanimfoɔ sɛ yɛrekɔ akɔkyerɛ Chinese ɛwɔ yɛ schools mu. Na odwe ho a wonte aseɛ sɛnea mehyɛ da medi kankaeɛ no yɛyi mpanimfoɔ sɛ mo bɛdi yɛn nim na mo fa yɛn kodu ekura ye pese ye ko so mfa ko du baby a ye pese ye ko ye te Ghana ye ma enye school dan mu ntina ye ma tete atakwa me dan so mo wa ha no mo a follow ye ache mu se ye ko Ghana ye ko baby bebre ye ko sra ma me bi a ne ma be 6 omo nyina ye disable ma mi ma egufom ye wo DC wo kronum ye wo MC wo krom ye wo assemblyman wo krom ye wo minister wo kroni so but this woman no ne ma nyina are disabled omo nya mpanda so ye twa timba wo krom eno nda akire no ye ma omutimi nante ye ma omutimi kasa no omko school a no mako tena duase again insu yiri bae abese nyame nyina yenya pani bia betena asese yen hwehwe na yen solve this problem but ye koda sorry ya ye see ye ba be Chinese e wo ye schools mu ye twa ye ni kohwe Europe na say na America there are a lot of nurses e wo America nurses are fi Ghana omo ba America. Thank you so much for the roses. Nurses are if Ghana, trained nurses were Ghana or America. And so Americans don't recognize them as nurses. There are doctors, there are pharmacists, trained pharmacists, trained nurses, trained doctors were Ghana or America. America don't recognize them. Or be recognizing what person who fan system or person who fan school mu be ko facing board you go and take an exams to understand the American system and san no majiwatu enti yakoda ahi enti a yen minister sorry ya no yen kosua Chinese yen kosua Chinese so na ye betimi ni Chinese for na communicate omo ba ye kuro mu no yen na yen si omu kasa ni yentimi ni omu kasa yentimi ni omu communicate udwe ho a I mean come on mo yen nyina yen tena se ne adwin say what is it, what is going on yen suo asay yen suo asay yen nya pani bia till now entimi fa any policies entimi fa yi bibia ba ya ye betimi dia hwema yensuo kra na asay no because water is life ye nya mpanifo ntena ho enye hwe enye and coming up with any strategies o betimi dia solve yensuo ba ye nya mpanifo abetena se obi kro eso kasa no ye besua efise sa krofo no omugu ya ye kromu ye ntimi ni omudi nkobo enti yen ene wo se ye kosua o kasa Eunice me kasa yawa enti se ne o ti ye no ye ta ho ade akini a ye se ye ko chere Chinese a ye hu ye ho ano ye ma obi wo kro yi sa papa no sa education minister na kasa ono kasa ne ba no ne ba awawo no onte ne kasa ntimi enka ne kasa eno na nye na arewo na say mu memei na ya twi mesra ne basan na wan kire ye twi and you didn't teach us how to speak to you speak 3 languages omo twi ye krom kasa kra no omo timi sua wie ye kofa kro fufuro kasa udwe ho a onti ase Eunice how are you too
abusiafo ye chiamo happy Sunday mo wa haide ni nsam ho ye yenso ye ho ye ye di nchia efi Church of Pentecost Bremo. Anyway, the question should be, say, have we been able to solve the problem of sitting under trees? Have we been able to solve the education crisis of our children sitting under trees? Have we been able to solve the education crisis of our children sitting on blocks, stones, bare floors to learn? Have we been able to solve those crises? Again, have we been able to solve the crisis of sending teachers to villages where they don't even have sleeping accommodations? Have we been able to solve the problem of our kids sitting in their broken classrooms, having goats and nenchie cows visiting them in the classrooms? Have we been able to solve the problem of our headmasters and headmistresses don't even have where to sit to even look at our kids' test papers? Have we been able to solve that problem? The education crisis that we have, kids going to school in shifts because we cannot even feed them, we cannot even accommodate them. Have we been able to sit down to come up with a plan to solve this educational crisis? Ghana. Have we been able to sit down to solve or bring a solution to the problem of education crisis? Our kids swimming to go to school and getting drowned. Have we been able to solve the education crisis of our teachers having to carry our children on their heads to pass through water bodies to go to classroom? Have we been able to solve the problem of not having a classroom? And now we want to add on to the problem that we have that has not been solved. Do we even have qualified teachers to even teach our own languages in that country? Have we been able to solve all those problems? Now I'm saying Accra and Peninfua say, when on their land, they want schools to teach the language so that people that comes in, who say, and have we been able to have qualified teachers to do that task? Ye did attempt and they won't penny for. And all the things that I have laid down, does it look say we have leaders in that country? Does it look say, or does it sound say we have qualified people in office working to solve the educational crisis that we have? And now they want to add on top of the crisis that has not been solved. Are our kids going to sit under trees to learn their so-called Chinese? I'm trying to be civil here. Are our children going to sit in a classroom with roof over their heads to learn that they are nonsense Chinese? Our kids going to be able to have a road that is suitable for kids to walk on through to get to their school? Are kids going to have schools in the villages where they are able to walk to the classroom and not have to pass through rivers to learn that they are so-called Chinese? Ghana, for we need to ask questions. And we'll say, Ajina ewuno. We don't ask questions because you have to tell and say obey before complain. But when you obey, now you can't complain because at the end there is nothing to complain about. We need to start speaking up. Parents of kids, you need to start speaking up. Nagane Nino is so brainwashed and so your friend is saying Nitiewu to the point say ohun obia ne color esen a bright sen ne de pe officer we hu ne nyame ye hu Chinese fonti yes ye besuon kasa. You are quiet because we hu nyame. Have you asked the questions of your kids going to school? Not classroom no enyu emwa baho. The last time there were snakes and yes snake ketwa cobra heads in the classrooms. Onini near a mini nipano in our classrooms. Have we been able to solve this problem? Has the education minister sat down with his cabinet and come up with solutions to the already problems that we have? Have we have that? Have we asked questions? And one say, "Omuti boom, no mababe can't train." Now we have to accept it. We don't speak up. If we don't learn to speak up now, it will be too late. They need to ask us. As a drama will come about town hall. If anything new, major thing will come up. There will be a town hall. They always have town hall meeting where they have the community comes together. If not all the communities are, they have communities, small communities and community leaders. They come together to make sure that this thing and they rise and stand against it. Even the governor, if governor will pay people to go door to door to explain to people and have them to understand that this thing say your businesses, small businesses, affected way to educate the people. They have the governor going to paying people to go door to door to educate people. Aside the town hall now, where you see everybody in the community, people that think for future generation, they go there. Before Yantinasi niama di mpuntu oba niama di fasoabeba niama ebema ye manodachi ayefe. No, we don't think about that. Mami fobe babo suya kotina where they say actually oba say wuni wukrunda 24/7. But on bien anon kase education na course na me mananti ko school. And nanti fa kwemu and sidewalk in the wall. Omu fence yomu mami ni sorry mbone yema boswa anko kansa asemono. Papa ebeko jina ho aka se yendie ne yehiane se ya no ne yase but onko bo abaso onko jina ho nkasa nche penifo say no, our kids needs a better system of education. What are we doing? Chinese look at their way of living. Look at the way their kids they sit in their classroom to learn the language that you want to borrow. Kasana mopese mo chreno and kwafo no wana mo kwaji sa kasana be chreno. Watina se hu classroom. Watina se hu curriculum. Watina se hu the things are to be the future leaders. And today bia obibiri obedani slave. Ye bie epuno to makadeni mumpie. Because you are so brainwashed, you are so timid, you are so full of nonsense. Esedwa koso.
You need to say wo kano, wo say governor, say your president too. You work mayors, you work governors. And to say Ghana, you work president, you work assemblyman, you work DCE, MCE, need those kind of things, you know. Now say minister, at the assembly way about beto one man. Obia sorry, and bisaho, and friend in the community, no, and kase dear education minister, dear by me more dream will say ya okay, no. They will cook it and bring it to us and we will eat it without even asking questions. And was saying by this time, a mommy for a bomb yema baswo. Kase no, because our language is our power. Our language is our power. It is a move yes Chinese kasa no ababe. To say ne abrofu kasa. Ye president. Eko jinawa abrofu noka. Your ministers, Muka Brofu, they don't speak our dialect. And so, Russian, Jinawa, Oka Russia, won't see us here, interpreter. Say German need Jinawa, Oka German, won't see us here, interpreter. But yet, dear, we always have to stoop low because of our stomach, because of the obedience. We have to stoop low to these people and consider Ben rising as people say, the first on the planet Earth. I am and Grofo and then Uko Chinese, Uko China. Baby black dolls and almost say your stresses. And man handling that baby black dolls, you know. Ye penny for your be answering tiago. Obia just say, I don't know when I hear near Bekasa Nase, ya Kasana ya no akotia in penny for no. Because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Just look at Pastor boys. Look at them. Just look at them, the innovations, the niyama omoye, na penifo ya, na misha se kanse si ye koyi peni a, na no chese peni no wonyansa si Ghana fo nyina o. No, because obi wo ho no mo a, ono no ni nyansa no, eye fie nyansa na fie nyansa ene abonte nyansa kakra na ye de ebu oman. They be our brofu. We are always quick to do things for others, not for us. Have we been able to solve the classrooms now? In Kuala Inyenkonya, ye will rose good. Na ye be before credit na ye. Ye won nuya wo Ghana. And so ye ma enya in Konya Tinaso. Ye won nuya wo Ghana. Kromo ha utwa weni a dan bia ye ndua. The only maybe 1% and the year breaks. And so ye did them. And to Ghana, ye to me young crofo brown bubo and 9 and we are dying come my yama and what's nice here. And so you bring young crofo sorry because you go to ya. What is the meaning of we have to I can't tell you and our black American says that they are sorry asses. Politicians and yasisa eguye so sorry asses leaders. They are sorry asses. They have nothing in their heads because there is no way say you are bringing a language from another country to add to your curriculum. Now one kasawo language it doesn't make sense. It means that you are very sorry. You are very sorry. You can't tell me say you are bringing another man's language into your classroom. You don't have it. For your own language, you don't have classroom. You don't even have teachers for your own language. Your own language, what assassin we have, they say Jamasa 13 years, if more or less, languages in Ghana. We don't even have teachers to teach our children. Motive Ghana. And I said, most sorry, I must say I broach for or dialect. So motive near Chinese. Moon sorry Kasai. What the hell? Motive Mumukro Mukasano, Muntibin Chire Momano. Motive near Babach Chinese, some come and no tune. Because what? You have been brainwashed to believe, say, you cannot express yourself. You cannot speak up. And that generation, you're still sitting there, going to vote for people who don't bring nothing to the table to affect change in your children's future. You still sit there and do NDC, MPP in this day and age. And crow paya sa China na mwa kasa mko fo bukasa ade abaye mukasa no sa China no ba da ben ne China ebedru ba bia ebu ba no ho ese yesua ne kasa crow we you kra menti say yesua Chinese crow we you kra menti say yesua Chinese Somalia for yekofo mo ba ye no mo doso mo bebrebe ne ma start say interpretation into ye chire na mukro no mu di enim before China for and ne mu bu China for se mo ankasa mo ho emma mo ko form mo kasa abechire wo mo classroom na mu nibi ekonwa na mu nibi amo betena so no mo ko chire wo he. Do you guys think? No, do you actually think? Sa education minister na ye de ne ba ye no, so he's the education minister, so he's above anybody's conversation, as anybody's. So na so say what you're doing doesn't make sense. When did he become education minister? Ofinhi enye ya na ekoto abama no. And so isn't that say a children near your pay? Why should he come and tell us say he wants to bring, like, it doesn't make sense? And then we have a whole government sitting down. We have the whole parliament sitting down, saying nothing. We got the men that we think we have men that leads us. You know, where are they? All this nonsense and bullshit is going on in the country. Nobody stands up for it. Nobody speaks against it. Na betina ho na ye bibie wo ho. Yesika yese yesisi nangu enwuremu, yesisi classrooms egu nwuremu, enso yemma ebititi dan a enantwie besra omo. You as a parent, you have not been able to stand up to speak. Na sa PTA na bi wo Ghana, and if e bi wo ho a Parents Teachers Association no say then no mokwa, what do you bring to the table? What do you discuss? What do you talk about? Do you even go? What is going on? This thing here, it should have been a major thing now. Every parent is talking about it. But obibini oni ne babeka obikasa na ye ne fair. Eye ne fair. And so no wo kasa na wo betimi
Obi said there is no PTA in Ghana public schools. Really? Parent Teachers Association? Okay, that's new.
The minister, is he aware of that? Does he even know and understand the meaning of PTA? And
which means, I'll say in the public school, which means public schools need they are buying the canon their goals. They are buying no canon. Public schools, no, buy public school, and you're better in Chinese, you don't have a say. Etina uba public school na obeko school na ya the blog atu so ontina so no untimi ka ho asem enti uba public school na ye de bidie na aye chalk na ye de kire na de a untimi ka ho asem uba public school na ye de ya draw your friend is keyboard no na ye de ebo yenka ho asem. And so anka krom had there public schools there and no pride they top. They make sure the government work for them. Now even crowd no say government
politicians in Michael school. Public school, normal politicians no e ho normal Michael school. E ho normal musical school. E wo kro we yimu. And they make sure say it works for them.
Yeah. Just say here for man de enya na de yi penini betina ho no na say na wo can the whole parliament eti ho no mo bianka ho asem because their children don't go to those schools now ye kwakọ chire Chinese no wo ti ho no wa ware nkrani awuze ni wa ware nkrani no kra wo nte ne kasa usu ko tua Chinese asantini aware bruni bron kasa no kra onte oya santini onte puno kasa enso kosia Chinese fantini eti honum fantini ti honum okota kradia omukasa na ye different no onte ase enso kosia Chinese obiati or nobody is talking, nobody is asking questions. Enti penifo na de ombeya ni se no makofa no mo de aba na ya carrying it on. Enso ya sell properties enso ya sell niama mo sorry machi ye. And can say penny for find a solution to this flooding. Eunice, to us.
I don't know, Beatrice, I J.A. Jensen or say there are no blackboards in the classroom or to even use chalk to write on it. Ube kono classroom no yabo modinya CBC wa ni ya painting the black na wo throw wo wall no. And also near cultural Chinese no. And also na ye kwa cultural Chinese no. Adebechin ama ye ma asori edware ashom uniform atete afom chalwote atete na mo de akotwa nsuo nyame anyom adom na mo drown na mo de akotena classroom na kosua Chinese. Where are the parents? Why are they not talking? But if the politician is not speaking for you or not working for you, you have the power and the mandate to speak and to fire them. What are you sitting down doing? What are you sitting down doing? Ube bre atim painting kwa kotene riaso biabeti u ticket akoto momoni akoto kobi akoto kontomne bayire ne honkika ho dokuno ne ade na wakotua ube school fees. na politician wasa akoto abama no na wo ba no benyi na wantimi ankodru baabi na wa mehwe no anyi won fi wo brem. You are sitting there not speaking. You're sitting there not saying anything. Omukofa bibia ba ni agye atomu. Omukofa bibia ba ni agye atomu. Ye mei ensuo na Chinese fo na ba be se no. Eno na omo benom na omo de akosua omo Chinese no. Chinese fo na no wasama omo ensuo na nkwala no benom. No mudi bi be dware akotena mutiri so no mapampa so classroom akosia mutiri so no mo jimie Chinese no mo asa ba be say insio no eno
and what I don't know. You was net to come.
Messi
Yeah, no
Chinese for na ba be say no
break here. Conversation until I'm tap with Ebusia and then yes, someone you know. I don't know, say if you me side and now side the internet here rough or say the galamsey water is really hurting the people. Jason or say galamsey water no, is hurting our people. You see, nobody is talking about it. Yempeni Fonobia is not talking about even galamsey no. The ni omo no say
na omo person almost yesu omo kasa no. Omo na omo aboa emansuo na se. Nso omo de bua mo omo say yemsa mesuo omo kasa. Omo be say
yen time e wo say ye bisa.
Omo be say yensuo, omo be say ya saase.
Omo be fa ye kasa nso.
Yes, ye be suo omo kasa nso. Omo be say your crops nyina. Ene Ghana niama tama yenye wo ho na yehu the organic niama ebro krampo oma say ye bro oma say ye niama nyina ye kofo mo kasa enti mo amutena se na mo dwen ho a where are we heading? China na ye se omu nko omu kromo omu nko omu kromo enti te se ye ni omu bese se kro
and omu adoso enti ye twi omu aba ye kurom. No more be take it over. No more be take it over. Oma take it over. Ya say, Oma say yensuo. They are coming to take over our language too. And the language is our power. But Ghana, asofo ayedin, asofo ina musori amusi Babel wine tower near building no nakasano eye bakunti ye fra kasano se ne ye we. Emoti hono say ye be fra ye kasano na ye mbubu asori dining. Asofwa yedin ahimfwa yedin asofwa yedin ahimfwa yedin. When are these leaders, when are these so-called people, oh sorry I know my bag, oh dada osofu mame, oh osofu papa no mudiemoji, are they speaking for you? Are they speaking? Omo the politicians no are in bed, and the politicians no chre asofo no the omo be chre members no and amoti ho. Asamune ba osofo ho nka, asamune ba ohini bia ho nka, asamune ba politician bia ho nka. Ye hiafo na na ya so ne sorry ekosi da be na ye betina ase ne ya reason as a people say no, we can't let this politician take over us. Ye ne di omusi ho. They have to do what we want. They have to do what we want.
Asofo no Abeka say lack of knowledge when people perish. But osofo nankasa no oni knowledge. Ahimfo no oni knowledge. Because se who your hinia, you have a subject. You have people under you. Do you care about the people, their well-being, their welfare? When you are a pastor and you are pastoring a church, the members go through the same nonsense. And you will tell them to pray. You yourself, no, do you have knowledge? Because Bible no yes are not chre. And yes are not chre. Pastors are sitting there. All they know is bring your offering, bring your tithe. But the same people that will bring the offering and tithe, will leave the church and get into a bad accident because of bad roads. That same people will leave the church and go and drink the galamsey water and end up in the hospital without beds. That same people, all offering and tithes and wine fumes, those same people, our children, are going to go to sit in the classroom with animals. So none of them have any knowledge. Those pastors and those leaders, because the people and the you also have to speak for them. God has already done anything that he needs to do for us. As matter of fact, this time, all we need to do is just sing praises. We don't need to ask God for anything because we have everything. What else are we going to ask for? We have no knowledge.
Our Germany. Nana Kwesi, I can see in Germany, they have the kids learn the language because they are there. Uko Germany, you have to learn the language before you get your papers. And I'm sure there are a lot of professionals in America, nurses, doctors, pharmacists, name them, but they cannot operate with that Ghana certificate. They have to go through the American system to pass an exams and some are recognized here. And so a whole minister sorry, so the mom was Chinese and nobody is talking. Nobody, those NDC nonsense, those MPP nonsense, omo advocates, those two idiots, as a party, they are not talking. They are not, because I affect you. And no more so they be damo. For me ya mwana moto aba ekosi da be na mo be sorry no maka say no, we are not going to vote if you don't do what we have to do, we want. And you say ya kasa bebre, but again as a Ghanaian citizen, sorry na kasa talk owo obia be wubi ukoka asempa ni ekunwa. You say you walk a semper for the humanity for Ukro. Martin Luther King and that's what he did because for a purpose. Now say na ye the galamsey so ekun for nothing. Won and for so be ambaho. It is sorry na kasa march. Let's show our leaders say we put them there. And we have to let them know what we want. And yes, sir, omudio muyefunu koji bibi no mudia babe soyaye. Ebusia edamu nyina ase mu amoba ha nyina edamu nyina ase. We pray say we will all have a conversation in our homes. Let's have a conversation in our homes. Let's try and let our children know say dear politicians and why a future, because our language is our power. If that language is taken away from us, we can't do anything. We cannot communicate. Me kani for wetwemu ya ma me bi na okromo ha e na onya asem no ne mana onwesua ne kasa no ye de ne court no ne mana say ne mana esua ne kasa no ne mana were able to stand in for her. Enti oya no catch her say can say na nkona na te no mwaka en ne man di you can say ne ho kan ye jeli maame no because ne ma no ete ne kasa no ye ka oka no aka chen say David can say omotin nti maame ne fa ne hu di ye enti mu de montina ho ne kofa Chinese ebra be maye na ye kasa nyina enyira na dachi ye dachi wherever. Where is our future? We've already lost our land. We've already lost our water. The only thing we have is our language. We're going to lose that too because of selfish leaders who don't care, who don't think about us. Montina way. Ebusia, yaka niye na achirem. Yada mo asese mo ba ha. Enti, sanya mekai no. Mon sorry. Na monka said no. We want our language to be. As a matter of fact, cry you brofo ni fio near starting country because uko China for kra omuka brofo, omuka Chinese. na Chinese ni no obesua twi ebusua eda mu nyina ase bye bye.